Okay, Mom. So since we have you, we decided that we wanted to ask you a few questions about being a mom and a wife. Since you are, how many years have you been married?
35.
You're thinking about it? You look like you're questioning it.
No, you were asking a question. I thought you knew.
I don't know. It's not my marriage. I didn't know. 35. So since you've been married for 35 years, I feel as though I was bamboozled when I got married, and I didn't realize all the hard work that was required to be a wife and a mother. And I felt as though like you didn't tell me that up front. Like I felt as though like you should have shared more of the responsibility of a wife to me, so that I could have been more prepared, I should say. You don't think so? You look confused.
What I would say is this on hindsight, looking back at it, I still wasn't fully prepared to be the wife. So sharing with you what I didn't fully understand to be the wife or the mother was, because all of this is a process, right? And you learn as you go. Now I think I'm of the age where I can share now.
Okay.
But because remember, my mom didn't share anything with me. I learned as I went along.
That's true.
So I didn't know, like when I was married to Andrew, of course I didn't know hell what was going on. The same thing like how you felt as though you were bamboozled. I didn't know what was going on either. But I knew what I was in was wrong. So being with John, and that's one of the first stipulation I made. I am going to be me regardless of what you want to be, I'm going to be me. And thankfully, he's never changed that, so I was able to be me. And I think that was one of the reasons why our marriage was successful. Because I always be me. So I didn't know what to share if I didn't know, if I didn't, you know, understand, as I said,
right.
It's a long process. But now I can advise Jayla.
Because you'll need some advising. Because this shit is hard. I just feel as though, because now looking back after being married for 20 years, I feel as though like there was a lot that I didn't know going into being married. And now looking, I guess in hindsight, now looking at my next relationship, I now am more equipped to be better in that relationship. So what I was saying was that I feel as though that I wasn't equipped. And now looking back in my new relationship that I have, I feel as though now I have more tools to go into that relationship, because I feel it's not that I didn't know what I wanted before, but I think I have a better understanding.
I think it's called going with experience, and if you don't learn from the experience, you can't really go and move forward, and that's exactly what happened with me and my relationship too. So it's just a matter of learning as you go along, because as I told you since you were young, being a mom doesn't come with a guidebook. You go along and you go along and you learn as you know, and many times you do something, and that's Jayla. Many times you do something, you regret you do it, but yet still you're being a parent, you gotta prepare you for the future. And that's what you gotta do. So same thing with the marriage. You know, when you first got married, and everybody's relationship is better, is different, I should say. But then again, on the other hand, being young and inexperienced, you don't really have anything to really bring together. So you learn as you go along. Some people are open for it, and some people are not. And men on the other hand, they are so dumb, they don't know anything. So that's what I can say about that.
Thank you. Well,
you're absolutely right.
Since you mentioned that, I remember we were in South Carolina and the guys were putting up the tent, and I came over to you and I was like, Mom, men are stupid. Like it took them like so much time to put this tent together, and then it took us women to guide them, to tell them what they needed to do. And I felt as though like why couldn't they just come together? And then I was like, I thought the older they got, the better they became. And I just feel as though like I was bamboozled in that too. I thought the older that a man got, the more not
In
experience.
certain areas, not all.
I guess in certain areas. Do you think in certain?
I don't even know. Because I think generally men, I don't know. My terminology for men is just that they're boys pretending to be men, and they don't know jack shit. They don't know anything. If a man doesn't have a strong woman beside him, they can. You see, I think they put their ego in front of them most of the time, and this manliness in front of them most of the time, and it prevents them from being exactly who they are or who they could be capable of being, because they have to put up this I'm the macho, I'm the man thing.
Right.
And that prevents that. For example, with the tent here, all of them want to be the man to fix this tent, but none of them do nothing.
Right.
So instead of them accepting, okay, I don't know how to do this, well, we should or we shouldn't or whatever. But all of them have their chest puffed out and they know anything what they were doing. That's how they behave all the time. And we now as a woman have to come and say, okay, honey, give me this. And then they'll be happy to step down. Very happy. Because they don't like it.
Well, I think too, also, I feel as though we are, like, I don't know, we're more open to growth and maturing and learning than they are. Like, we're quick to, like, if we see something, we're like, oh, that's how you do it, and we're accepting of the new way of doing something. And they're, like, kind of, not stuck in their ways, but, like, stuck in their ways, where they're like, well, I'm not going to try that. Like,
because that's their safe zone. That's their safe zone. And they're a man in that zone. Divert, and they like fish out the water. So that's hard for them to process.
okay. Yeah, I guess, yeah, you're right. And I guess compromising or coming out of anything that's not in that zone is, like, hard for them.
Very, very hard.
So how do you navigate that? Like,
Don't simply ignore them and do what you have to do.
oh shit.
I'm serious. Okay. When we started building the house, you saw how John took a step back, and I was the one who built the house from ground up.
Yes.
Now he has seen what I've accomplished. Now he wants to be a part of it because now he can manage it. So yes, but in a way I never told him that you don't know how to do this, let me do this. But because I know in my heart that he doesn't know how to do it. And I had to step forward. But now he's more compliable. And if he's going to make decisions, now he's ready to put his input on it in order for us to get the point. Because he's more secure now in it. That's how.
That's very interesting, Ma. I never thought of it like that.
Yes,
I never thought of it like that because I guess we are taught that men are to lead us. You know, and they're the...
Okay. Men do two things good. They are hunters. And they like to conquer. And they like to rule. That's their persona. They see something, example a woman, and they like that woman, they can do whatever they could to conquer that woman. So that's the hunter thing in them. So when they conquer, then they're going to be, okay, I captured the interest already died. So you know, on the other hand, has to put the spark in it to build up back the interest because they already achieved their goal. If they find that they like when they conquer, now I'm going to try to protect you, and now I'm going to try to provide for you. That's how they behave.
And I guess that's the same... You just, I guess, apply that analogy to everything in life. They conquer it, they hunt for it, they conquer it.
Yeah, they're really hunters. That's what they are. From the beginning of times to now.
You're right, that hasn't changed. So how do you feel as though, because Dad is someone who doesn't like to try anything new. So how do you get him to, like, try different things?
I cook it. Especially with regards to food, I would throw anything in the thing, and as long as I cook it, he eats it. And I would say with food, that's not, he doesn't like to try the food. It's just that the food doesn't taste right. He wouldn't mind trying food, but if they cook the food right, he would eat it.
Okay.
With regards to, and I don't think trying things in his way, he is set in his ways. But with regards to me trying anything, he doesn't have a problem with it, and he would go along with me and make me happy, I guess. But it's only the food is the thing that really the eating out and stuff like that. But
Like going to a new place that is more open, like going someplace new.
yeah, he's open. He likes to travel. He's a little bit. I think that's one of the main interests I see he has, the exploring. But besides that, it's just the politics.
Yes, Dad loves politics.
But he is set in his ways, but in his lifestyle. And I just let it go. That's yours. That's you. You don't tell me anything about me. I'm not going to tell you anything about you. That's you do you, and I'll do me.